So the Star Wars season is finally over, and to some this is sad news, but to most of the players this is exciting news, as they don't have to deal with blasters taking over the loot pool, as well as the X-Wings and TIE fighters in the sky shooting them, as well as a Star Destroyer absolutely destroying them as well. Thank God, am I right? Jokes aside, me personally, I didn't mind this season. I thought it was something obviously we've seen before with previous Star Wars updates, but in a different way. Anyways, I'm going to talk about if this season was a failure or a mistake because it was really kind of controversial. There was the whole loot pool situation first, then the whole Darth Vader AI situation, which got worse over time, and then players thought the updates were boring in general, and then I guess that combined into Fortnite having the lowest player count they've ever had, which maybe is the reason.
And not maybe.
Okay, probably. But I'm just gonna overall talk about this season, if it was terrible or not, starting off with the theme of the season being a Star Wars takeover. When I got announced that next season would be Star Wars, a lot of players were so excited in fact that they already called the season already peak. Jokes aside, players weren't so happy about the idea of a Star Wars season of Fortnite, considering the fact that every May 4th we get Star Wars content, and we essentially already did a Star Wars mini season in Chapter 4 that lasted 19 days. But like I said in many others, you don't have to like Star Wars to enjoy the gameplay or content, but I don't think that even matters when this season has the lowest player count since May 2023. And coincidentally, that was also around the time of the Star Wars event. And that worries me, considering the fact that we're rumored to be getting a Simpsons mini season in a couple of months, which the Simpsons are big, but Star Wars is much more huge. And if this season didn't do well, I know how well that Simpsons mini event is going to do. But I don't think it matters what the season is revolved around when the battle pass is quite meh to mid. The battle pass had really nothing to offer other than the guy who somehow returned, Mark Spector plus Grievous, but he's more of a bonus reward, and we get 2 remix skins. Why? Like, those spots could have been filled with Mace Windu or Jar Jar Binks, since for some reason he had 2 skins that could have easily been put in the past as styles, but whatever. Overall, if players weren't a big fan of the battle pass, they're probably not going to be big fans of the gameplay as well. For starters, the weapons were replaced with blasters instead of regular weapons, which players didn't like because the blasters suck, but I didn't mind them because although the blasters were inconsistent with damage, they weren't that bad for damage at times. Lightsabers, as always, are just there. They're not that good except you have the force powers. Oh my God, you're dead too! The X-Wings and TIE fighters in gameplay are pretty terrifying to face off if you didn't have anything, but in my opinion, they were fun to use. And then on top of that, we also had a Star Destroyer that you could use for a minute, which was scary because if you didn't get it, you were going to get absolutely vaporized. But if you got it, it was GG's for everybody in that area. And then I guess also for the gameplay, since there is not too much to talk about, is the POIs. It's quite self-explanatory, especially since I talked about it in my other video, but simply waste of potential not having Darth Vader's fortress and not having these POIs near the center of the map. And speaking of Darth Vader, you already know the story. This is one of the most controversial things to come from the season because it involves AI. Once again, I already had a whole video on it, but simply put, people did not like Fortnite using James Earl Jones, the voice actor of Darth Vader, as an AI voice in Fortnite. Even though James gave consent, people did not care about that when players, including me, were making him say some crazy things.
Edging and gooning.
On to the next one. And last is a live event. I don't know if it's good because I'm recording this day early, but if it's good, thank God. If it's not, then that sucks. Overall, I had fun with this season, and many other players just didn't have fun, unfortunately. But I want to know from you guys, did you have fun or did you not? Comment below. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And yeah, we still haven't got any lightsaber pickaxes. What the fuck?